I want to do a plant tour. So everybody's gone for right now. They're on their way back though. So, and I want to do a plant tour. That's what I want to do. Look at these windows. I love how these windows open like out. Like, okay, see this plant here? It's a Chinese evergreen plant. And that's a big baddie. Sorry, Reba. Hey, Reba. Yeah, that plant is a baddie. So there was a teacher, it was right 2020-ish times, and she had all these plants, and she was like, please, she put it on buy, like some type of buy nothing, but it was like the neighborhood app. And so this was one of the plants that I got with that, and that kind of spurred and started my whole plant thing. And then I was like, I need more. I don't want any more at this point. They don't really give me the same charge that they used to, but I still really do enjoy my plants. Like, look at this corner. That's amazing. That's so. This wall, I want to paint this wall. I'm not into the red. I'm into the more browns and warm tones. So blues, green, blue, and like wood and tans. That's kind of what I'm like loving. That's what I want my whole house to look like, which I've never wanted to decorate, but now I do. This one came, this one is a, what are they, heart-shaped philodendron. But this one is like fuzzy. It has a velvet to it. So, I really like this one. It's one of my favorites. It's one that I don't have to do much with. Oh, look. This one is a prayer plant, a rattlesnake prayer plant, I believe, and it's never that happy. It's like, a calathea, but it's a Calathea warsawick prayer plant. It actually probably needs to be watered a little bit, but it's just, so it's a prayer plant, so it goes up and down, and honestly, like this is the happiest it's been since I got it. So, but I do like it, and I do feel like one of these days it's gonna like pull out of it. I love these pictures that Lydia drew for me. Like, so, it's iconically kid. This one. And then this one is never really that happy. It's another one that I'm just like, meh. But I love the shelf. I got that from my sister-in-law when she moved. I got this off of Buy Nothing, so I paid nothing for that. I got that right there on Buy Nothing, so I didn't pay anything for that. I thrifted these and repainted them. Thrifted these, they were brass, and I repainted them. So I think I paid like $50 for that. Or no, I think it was $30, and I love it. These are just Hobby Lobby, and then she had attached it to that. And I love that shelf. This I got from a friend of mine. I think I paid $20 for it, but it is getting like the drawers are kind of wonky. I love the colors. I love the texture. I love it. I might keep it. But I brought this one in out of Lydia's room, and I was going to exchange this one with that one and then give this one to Jackson. But I may keep it, just like put it over here somewhere because there's like an empty wall here. But this lily up here is never really that happy with me either. It always has browned tips. This is where I put it outside and bleached it last year, but I think I'm going to cut it back and try again. These things are just like thirsty bitches, and you got to keep them watered. You got to keep them separated. Okay, so here's my bathtub. This is what we use the bathtub for. We put stuff on it, and then every now and again we'll clean it out. And like whenever Lydia gets sick or something, we definitely use it. But right now I've been watering my plants. I did shave my legs in it the other day, but I've been watering my plants. My elephant plant, I waited a little too long, so it dropped a bunch of leaves. I have all of these vodka bottles that I got from work, and I put like mixed fertilizer in there and use those. So these are like laying all over, but they used to have the Tito's thing on them, the Tito's label. And like somebody came over the other day, and there was one on the kitchen table. It was like half full. It looked like it was half full of Tito's vodka because it's half full of water. you know, because I was watering my plants with it. And it's just sitting open on the table. There's another one in the kitchen. And then Chris was like, that guy probably thinks like we are psychos. Chris is so funny. So that he doesn't, it's not that he's funny. He's very thoughtful. He puts his clothes out here so that he doesn't wake me up when he gets up early. And okay, this one, getting in the bathtub here. Okay, this one right here. This is my, color's not good. Let's turn around this way. Okay, this is my pink princess. I don't like how spindly it is, so I'm probably gonna pinch that off and propagate it. And try to make it a more full plant. This is where I bleached it out last year a little bit. Okay, this one right here, I've always wanted one of these. And one time I was at this shop. In on the east side, and they had a big one of these, and I just freaking loved it. I don't know. It's a new plant to me though, and I feel like I'm not doing a very good job with it. I think I killed part of it, but part of it's still fine. It's soft. That's the thing about it that I love. They're like a Christmas thing, but I saw a giant one at a store one time. This is a Hoya rope. And I don't do great with succulents because I want to care for them so much. And these ones, they need to like not be watered for like a month and then overly watered for 2 days and then not watered. And yeah. Also, I feel like they need to be in a warmer climate, but a more tropical climate. But I am just like pushing along with him. Also, this pot is super cute. It is one, I believe, that I got from like Rite Aid or something when they had a big sale. Okay, so this bitch right here, don't look at that $4.99, that don't mean nothing. So I ordered sometimes I put this on here and give it extra humidity. This is a Monstera. One of the big, is that Monstera? Yeah, Monstera. That gets like the fence shaded leaves. And this one is like one of those fancy ones that's variegated with white. So it's like white and green. And so I just propagated this from Wet Sticks. And I paid like $120. And all my other Wet Sticks didn't do well except for this one because I was like moving and whatever. I actually don't know where they are. Like I don't know what happened to them. But this guy is doing fine. Just put out another leaf. These, what are these, pothos? I don't know. Here's the thing. I got hyper focused on plants for a while and I could tell you what everything was. Like I knew what everything was. And now it's just like not as hyper focused. It's not as like, I'm over it now. I mean, they still bring me joy. Like I already said that, but I'm just not as into it. So I don't remember what these are called, but these are one of like the best, I gotta get out of the bathtub here. The best like beginner type plants because they get nice and big and full and there's like a payoff and you're like, look at my plant and look how, and if they need water, they just like die. They don't die. They just wilt. Like they wilt aggressively. Like, and then you water it and it bounces right back. Like my friend Jamie always said like it is the kind of plant that, she's like, it tells me when it needs to be watered. Like you just know. Let's see, this one's a little variegated and this got like shorter, chunkier. I got 3 of these plants, just 3 different types of varieties. Okay, this one right here there's a couple of polka dot plants and this is one, actually, Nikki and Neil have one that I would really, here, we're gonna bring it to the other side, that I would really like to have. And it's this was like an angel wing begonia one. Actually, again, I don't remember what this is called. I repotted it. So it is more of a shade plant. That's why it has the green on one side and then the red on the other side. And that's to like keep the sun like on the top of it. This one, when we moved, I broke it, like way broke it off. And so I propagated the other half of it and I gave it to somebody as a gift because I don't know, I would like to get that as a gift from somebody if I wanted one, but I'm going to try to get one from Nikki and Neil. Theirs is beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, got all of these. So now in this corner, this is a metal hanger for clothes, like at a store. And my friend Jackie gave it to me. And this is what I use it for. Okay, so I went through a terrarium phase where I was making these terrariums, and I would find things and do it. And see, this is a marble. Focus. Anyways, to keep all the moisture in there, and I got like plants from these are mostly aquarium plants, and then some moss, and yeah, love that thing. Okay. Okay, so the thing in the bathroom that I said I have like 3 varieties. Here's another one. This one's doing okay. It gets too wet, I think. But I think it's the soil is too heavy, and so I need to redo the soil. I can't see anything because of the lights. I really like this pot. Look, it still has a zip tie on it. This plant I actually got from like a Lowe's or Home Depot, and I thought there was a different plant there. I couldn't even tell what it was because it was so heavily wilted. And so I brought it home and watered it, and I was like, oh, well, I did not need this plant. I already have a bunch. So this is the same type of plant also, but this is an upright, and I think it's called a Snow Queen. Look at that. Look at that variegation. And this is like a pretty common plant, honestly, but these plants, like, I think they're pothos. They're so fucking pretty. They just get big and pretty and bushy. And so see, this one goes upwards. It grows more of an upright plant, where these ones trail down, and the one in the bathroom trail down. This is a Hoya. I believe I spent a ton of money on this Hoya. I kind of went through a Hoya phase. Yeah, $39.99 for this plant. But look at the variegation on it. Look at the yellow leaf. No. These grow pretty slow, I find. And I have a hard time with them because they're almost kind of a succulent in the sense that they don't want to be watered all the freaking time. They need that really dry period. But I mean, this one is definitely growing and doing well. I have 2 other Hoyas. This is an elephant plant. His name is Tim. This one definitely has a name, and he's a pain in my ass because he's a freaking succulent. And so the thing is, you gotta ignore him a bit. You gotta let them way dry out. But then I always let it too dry out because it's not on my list of like, these guys, it's like once a week, twice a week. I just hit them up. Okay, let's see what we got out here. This one is another one of those plants that the underside is going to be red and the top side. This is a lipstick plant. This thing, like every time I water it, which it's a kind of a succulent, it wants to dry out, but every time I water it, it just like shoots out a bunch of stuff. So it's a good one of those payoff plants. Here is another terrarium. Let me grab it 2 hands here. Okay. Love these terrariums. And so for a while there, I was collecting jars like obsessively for them. And I'm over that now. Thank goodness. It's an asparagus fern. My mom has an asparagus fern. A great big one. This she's had since she was in college. And I want to say she started it from a seed. Mine is never like that happy. It's always a little yellow. I don't think that I think it needs to be watered like 3 times as much as my other plants. See this is like one of those parlor palm. No, that's not what it is. Oh shit. Easy there, girl. Easy. These are for Lydia to make flowers. She does it with the pipe. Like she puts water in there. It's watercolor, liquid watercolor, and she makes these like pipe flowers with it. Anyways, look at that vase. Love that vase. That plant, I hate this plant, but I just don't have it in me to get rid of it. Okay, love this plant right here. It's got 2 different types in there, the purple and the blue. It's like some type of clover, not clover. It likes to be watered more often than most of my plants, but it's like you water it and it just gets giant. It also is a plant that, I love this plate. Nice. It's also a plant that like at nighttime, it goes off the circadian rhythm, kind of like a prayer plant. And see how it's got the red backside. This one's a totally different bulb. And these are little bulbs. So at nighttime, they just like flop down like they need water or something. And then during the daytime, they pop back up again with the circadian rhythm. Also, really love this plant. This is a wandering Jew, it's like a type of a wandering Jew. I love this pot. I love it hanging. I actually think I want to move it over there, over my granny chair. But yeah, this one's like pink, purple, super pretty, but it's more like a lemon lime on the front. This one likes to be watered all the time. So this one has, I put a wick in the inner pot in there, and then the bottom layer, there's rocks, and then water. So it's like the water, the plant sits above the water, but there's a wick that goes into it. So it constantly is wicking up, so it never runs out of water. Because that was my biggest problem. Plus, they don't like, when you water them from the top, they don't like to get wet at all. If these get wet, they just die. Like you'll be just losing leaves like crazy if you water from the top. So I water, like this thing is sitting probably like right here. So I only water it like every now and again. Huh? I don't know. I was kind of thinking we could do it later when it's not, like we could do it as a family. Hang on, okay? Let me finish this and then, because I was thinking later, like when it cooled down. This one I got from Buy Nothing from somebody, and it was a great big one. And I hate it, but also I love it, and I can't seem to get rid of it because it's sticky. I wonder what somebody sprayed on it. Oh man, I hope she didn't spray. Yeah, anyways, look at this baby in there. Hey.
Feel my hair and rub down my hair?
Yes.
Okay.
So I just cut this thing way back.
So these are the sides.
Oh, she wants me to look at it and feel it because it's getting so long.
Yeah, and it's getting so soft.
Yes. This, I got this like philodendron. Yeah, I got this at, no, that doesn't look good. Oh, I should probably water this guy. I got this at Grocery Outlet, and it was tiny and it was falling over. So it's propped up with a chopstick. Can you just hang on just a couple minutes, okay? I want to finish this real quick. This is when I went through my pottery phase. So I made that. It was a cheese board. But this I actually got from a friend, Kelly Jensen. What her mom propagated this from her Hoyas, and I just kind of try to ignore it. Don't look at it. I got this granny chair free along the side of the road. This is another room that really needs to be painted away from these colors. I got this.
But I'm gonna show you the secret.
Okay, hang on. Let me finish what I'm doing, and then I will definitely do that with you. I just keep pointing like Vanna. So this is actually like a cabinet for, whatever, but I repainted it. I paid like $1.79 for it at the thrift store on sale. So I love that. I love that piece. This one was my grandmother's partner when he died. He had a big plant of these, and my mom has them, and so my mom gave me this one, and it's a succulent, so I try to ignore it, but it's been like very prolific. Lydia took one of these and then tried to bury it in the yard and make her own thing, and yeah, so now it has 2. It used to have 3, but I'm gonna guess that we're gonna get some babies soon, and so I'll pluck the suckers off and plant a new one. This is another upright snow queen, and this one came from clippings from one at my mom's work. I asked the lady behind the counter if I could take a clipping of it because these are really easy to propagate in water, and she was like, yeah, sure, and I did. And then the lady on the other side was like, what are you doing? Because it was actually from the other side's office. And I really like this,
Surprise for you.
this little plate that it sits on, but I need to actually plant that. No. Oh, I don't know what they're doing. This is my ZZ plant. So this is we're cleaning out Lydia's room, so that's where everything is. You want to feel? I don't feel bad. But if you feel bad about your house, see, I got that going right now. I got to deal with that today. Anyways, yeah, ZZ plant. These are really easy to care for. Let's see. Oh, I want to show you this. I love this. Is my cabinet. So this side is my stuff. And then that side is all Lydia's art stuff and Lydia's stuff over here. But this is all like my goodies. So this is all soap that I've made. And this, I love this. I got this at a garage sale one time. Like the lady had died. And it was just like sitting on the counter. I'm like, how much for that? He was like, I honestly, I think I kind of paid a lot for it. I want to say I paid $10, but I love this. Like, it makes me happy. Yeah, like I love that. I don't know why I have it, just because I love it. Love that. Love that. It's got, yeah. Somebody probably did this in art class or something, but love it. Also, here's another of my, these are a few of my favorite things. This wooden, see, oh look, I got it at the thrift store. $6. It feels nice. It's like hand carved and polished, and it feels so nice. And then this jar right here, I wish it's green. It's a green jar. Okay, hang on. Give me seriously just a couple minutes. I promise. I'm almost done. And look at this little sleeping squirrel. Okay. We're almost done. Okay, this one is a Petrus fern, and it hates me. It hates its life. I can never seem to get it to like be happy. So maybe I need to get it out of the window. We're gonna try that. I don't know. It just like, it's never happy. So I try watering it more, I try watering it less, never happy. It might not make it here at my house, and it's super bleached out, so that tells me, I don't know, maybe it needs less light. Maybe we'll put it over here and see what happens. This thing I got from somebody, I think I got this from Stacy Belt, and she and I left it sitting out in my front yard for, I don't know, a week, and it rained, and so it's always been wonky. But I just did like a light sanding on this, and then I sanded down like 2 layers so that, so I could get, this was like the finish. This is where I sanded down even farther than the finish, and I did that after I had just like done a white wash paint on it, and then I stained it over the top of everything, and that's how I got that. This thing's super old now, but the top looks different than this though, because the top I completely sanded down, but then I ended up not. I was going to stain it with a stain, and I wish I had, but I didn't, and so I just painted it because I got tired of it, and I just wanted it done, and I hated staining stuff. So yeah, it's separated here because again I left it in my front yard. But I love the look of it. Someday I'll probably get a different one in there. Okay, this is another Calathea prayer plant. And like, they don't love me, but they don't hate me. Like it's fine. It's doing fine. But also, like, here's a new leaf coming up right here. Also, this is the first spring after the move. And so everybody's kind of getting reused to everything. Okay. That's a rubber tree. Was that not up there? Okay, I love rubber trees. It's my black rubber tree. But also I hate them because, see, they get wonky like that. And this guy's wonky, and I don't like that. You gotta turn them like every day so that they don't get wonky. Another Hoya. This one was just like miserable and hated life, and then I put it in here and did it hydroponically, and it's just like growing like crazy. But yeah, this is like a super variegated one. These ones that come out like this pink, it's like, it looks really yellow on here, but it's got that pink hue to it, and they don't produce, they don't feed the plant. So they're really pretty, but this is a sweet potato, obviously. And yeah, if you just put a sweet potato in water, it's a great thing to do with your kids this time of year. Just like that, it will. And then so when these guys here, you can just pluck these off. I usually wait till they get a little bigger, but you just pluck it off. It's like a blackhead, just like pluck it off and then put it in water, and they're called sweet potato slips, and you bury those and you're good to go. This one I gave to, it's a Scindapsus pictus exotica. They call it something else, like a more common name. I gave the rest of this plant to a lovely lady from my work. This used to be like an oil, like to hold oil in, next to your stove. But now it's a vase. I love it. Anyways, so I just grow this one hydroponically because it never was really happy here. I got this at a thrift store. It is brass. There's nothing in there. It's a, what do they call these? A ginger jar. I just really like it. This guy right here is an Atom, Philodendron Atom. I feel like it always needs to be watered. I never can water it enough. It probably needs to be repotted. It's fine. But I want all this variation on the top to come back. Okay. This is an Enjoy. So that plant that I have a ton of. This one also probably needs to be repotted because it always needs to be watered. I'm always half killing it because, yeah, but it's an Enjoy. Okay. Here is these are the only succulents that I love. Look at it. This is an Easter cactus. And it is blooming. Man, when my mom's plants used to bloom when I was a kid, I did not understand. But this is another rubber plant. This is a pink variegated one. Another Calathea prayer plant. This one is probably my happiest. This is a rattlesnake. Yeah, this one's probably my happiest one. And this one right here it needs to be repotted because it never has enough freaking water. But it is a purple, what do they call it? A purple passion. And I actually get seeds off of this thing all the time. More terrariums. It's my lipstick plant. This is a Wandering Jew. Wandering Jews don't love my house. Some more little cactuses just in water. And then this kind of looks, I think that's this one here. And I just have a clipping off of in water here. Okay, one more room. Right, here's my kitchen. There's all my plants. There's a lot in here. I'm actually going to start hanging them here and take some off the windowsill. Oh, Reba. Okay. And then in here, my mother-in-law gave me this plant years ago, and it has quite the shimmer to it. And when I do not water this one, it lays completely down, pretends like it's dead, and then I water it and it perks right back up again. I think it's called a Rex begonia. Let's look at this leaf right here. Oh yeah, she's pretty. When I first got it, I didn't like it because I didn't like begonias. Now I love begonias, and I am so thankful to have it. Okay. This one is another philodendron. It's a zigzag. I got this one, I think, at the grocery outlet also, and this one's pretty big. I'm going to step back so you can really see it here in a second. That is an Aglaonema Chinese evergreen. It's like pink. It has pink tips. That one has got a bunch of brown on it because I did not water and tried to kill it a couple of months ago. And so it's like bouncing back now. This actually, that's that Maranta is my most prolific one. And that's a lemon lime Maranta. I love that one. That's one of my favorite plants. This is one of my favorite plants too. Which it started out literally as not being my favorite. And I don't know how many times I've not watered it and it's completely died back to nothing and then come back again. This is another one of those plants that I keep saying I have a ton of, but this is just different. This is a lemon lime also. This one, I can't think of what this one, an Alocasia, and it is just like not happy right now. But also I think they're supposed to go do like a dormant period, and we didn't do that. And then I was like not giving it enough water. And so I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna make it. This is a silver sword. Let's bring it over here. There's my freeze dryer. Okay. This one needs to be, I don't like how just like long and lean it is. So I've cut the head off of it before and I have gotten some more growth. So I may do that again. This is another one. See all these little nodes here? These are nodes and these break. So you can cut these, boom, boom, and this is going to grow a new plant. So I can take and cut this probably 3 times and then put it in water probably 2 times. And so that they were bigger ones. Put them in water and give them to people. Oh, this one. I love this pot. This pot's everything. But look at that color. Yeah. And I love how it like has the red around the tips. This is another Easter cactus. And then this is my Thanksgiving cactus. You can tell here. Come over here. See how this one has like pointed tips on it? That's a Thanksgiving cactus. And this one right here is round. This one's more of a succulent. And yeah, sometimes this blooms at Thanksgiving, but also sometimes it blooms just like randomly throughout the year. Let's see. Is that it? Is that all my plants? Yeah, I think that's all of them. I have one on the front porch. I have a spider plant on the front porch. But that's it. That's all she wrote, folks.